Hi guys, this is Arpana from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering of Electronics and Communication Engineering. So today I am going to explain you about the functional units of the computer. So the different functional units of a digital computer, generally it is consisting of the five functional units. First is input, memory, output, control unit, arithmetic, logical unit. Let us go to study about the introduction of the functional units. A digital computer it will be consisting of a several functional units, whereas these units they will be working together in order to perform the various tasks. Each functional unit it will be having its own specific purpose and also the function. As we can observe in this diagram, this is the block diagram of the functional units, which is consisting of input, arithmetic logical unit, control unit, memory unit, and the output. First is input unit. The input unit it will be accepting the data and also the instructions from the external sources, whereas it will be converting the analog signals into the digital format. Not only converting but also it will be preparing the data for the processing, and later on it will be sent it to the CPU. A computer it will be generally accepting a digitally coded information through the input unit by using the input devices. The main devices like keyboard and the mouse, whereas the keyboard is used for the entering text and the numeric information. But mouse is used in order to position the screen cursor and thereby enter the information by the selecting option. Not only the keyboard and the mouse, by using many other devices which are available in input devices like joysticks, trackball, spaceball, digitizers, scanners. Next is memory unit. The memory unit is used to store the programs and also the data. Whereas we are using the two types of memory devices in order to form a memory unit. The first is primary storage memory device. The second one is secondary storage memory device. Whereas primary memory it is commonly called as the main memory. Why means because it is a fastest memory and also it is used to storage of the programs and the active data. The active data it is nothing but the data which is currently in process, and the main memory we will be calling it as a semiconductor memory because it will be consisting of a large number of semiconductor cells, and each storage cells they are capable of the storing one bit of information. As we can observe in this chart, the computer memory unit it is having a two types. One is memory primary, the other one is secondary memory. In primary memory, DRAM, SRAM, DRDRAM we will be having. In secondary memory, PROM, EPROM, EEPROM, whereas RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read only memory. And also the memory unit it will be storing the data and instructions, whereas the primary memory is volatile and the secondary memory will be a non-volatile. Now random access memory. So generally random access memory it will be in a primary memory, and we already know that the primary memory is a volatile, right? So even the random access memory is also a volatile primary memory, and it is used in order to store the data and instructions, but it will be storing temporarily, or during the execution stage only it will be storing it temporarily, and it will be allows the fastest as well as the random access stored information. Now is control unit. So generally the control unit it will be coordinating and also controlling the activities among the functional units itself. It will be fetching the instructions which are stored in the memory and identifying that operations later on the devices which are involved in it also, and accordingly it will be generating the sum of the control signals. Why means because in order to execute the desired operations, and also it will be using some of the control signals or it may be a timing signals in order to determine when the given action is to be take place or when the given function has to be takes place. It will be also controlling some of the input as well as the output operations. not only input and output but also the data transfers between the processor, memory, and also input or output devices by using the timing signal, or it may be a control signals. And the control and arithmetic and logical unit of a computer, these are the mainly two units which are usually many times faster than the other devices connected to a computer system. Now, arithmetic logic unit. ALU generally stands for the arithmetic and logical unit. It is mainly responsible for the performing of arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and also the logical operations. Logical operations is nothing but the adding, ORing, inverting, etc. And the ALU, it will be performing both the arithmetic as well as the logical operation. It will be handling the calculations, comparisons, and also the bitwise operations. It is mainly responsible for the data manipulation and also the decision making, but not only of the arithmetic operations. So as we can observe in this figure, this is the OR gate, so which is performing of the logical operations. And it is also used in order to perform these operations like operands from the main memory, because means in order to perform these operations, whatever the operand is there, it will be brought from the main memory into the high speed storage elements, which we will be calling as a registers of the processor. And also these each register, it will be can capable of storing one word of data, and even they are also used to store the frequently used operands. So output unit, after performing operation, the result it may be stored in a register, or it may be stored in the memory location. Then the output unit. So generally we already know that the output unit, it will be preventing the processor data to the user, and it will be converting the digital signals into the analog format. It will be delivers the information to the external devices, or it may be a displays also. So the output unit sends the processor whatever the results are there to the user by using some of the output devices such as video monitor, printer, plotter, etc. The video monitor, it may be display the output on the CRT screen, whereas the printers and plotters, they will be given with the hard copy output. Whereas the printers are classified accordingly to the printing methodology like impact printers and the non-impact printers. Now the conclusion. Uh, a digital computer, it will be consisting of various functional units. We already know that, and each unit, it will be performing the specific task in order to execute their instructions and process data, and also they will be working together in order to provide the functionally computer. Finally, thank you for giving such an opportunity in order to explain about the functional units of computer. Once again, thank you.